Hello, hello, hello. It's Sharon Weller from Perth, Australia. Hope everybody has had an awesome day today. You wouldn't believe it, but I've just rushed home from an afternoon appointment. It's 4 p.m. here in Perth at the moment, and I actually thought I wasn't going to make it, but I was determined to get here to do my live broadcast. So while I am just kind of calming down, our topic today is TBC, the Billion Coin, and your wallet balance. Now, we all know what that means, your wallet balance. But it wasn't really my first choice of a topic today. I was going to do the one about the apple tree. That is an awesome piece to do, but I might save it for tomorrow. And this one, as I was looking in the blog, there's two ways of looking at it. It could be disturbing and a bit of self-ignorance thrown in for good measure, or the recipient, or not recipient is the wrong word, the member, TBC member is it could be he just lost the vision, the TBC vision. Okay, so as soon as I finish wiping my hands, I'm going to share my screen. I don't remember actually seeing this one being broadcasted by anyone in particular or any other the top leaders, but I could be wrong. But I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to have this discussion about it, because I think in a little bit of a way it's actually hitting a nerve with a lot of TBCians right now. And why I say right now is because all of us can't get access to our TBC web wallet. And you know why you can't get access, but you still want to get access. You just can't understand why you just can't get access to your TBC web wallet. You just want to see how much you've got in your wallet. So I am reading and getting lots of posts by people, by TBC members actually, other TBC members worldwide. They want to know who has control over our wallets. Why would you ask that question? Who has control over our wallets? We have control over our wallets. But you know full well we're going through a migration. And when we go through a migration, part of the system is unavailable to us. Now, when TBC web wallet and tbc.info and Kringle Cash were created back in, well, went live 21st of, what was it, March 2016. Okay. You had a membership of X amount of members. The system could cope with those X amount of members, okay? The system could cope with those X amount of coins, because the coin, one TBC coin was worth 1 cent back then. The membership was only a small amount of TBC members. So the system could cope. 1 year later, the membership grew beyond their expectations. You have a very large membership, okay, but now here it is, people. In the formula, it tells you exactly why the coin was created and for how many members. How many? What's the target? What is the target of the TBC, the billion coin? The target is the billionth person. When TBC went live back in March 2016, you would be lucky if you had 100,000 instantly. I can guarantee you didn't, because I can tell you the number, what it was when I joined a year later. Every time a new system is created, it works to the capacity until the membership grows, and then it has to upgrade. Like everything else in the world. As the membership got bigger, the system couldn't cope, so they upgraded. I think I came in just after the upgrade in 2017, and that was in May 2017. I think the upgrade had just completed when I started. So is it going to affect your TBC web wallet every time there is an upgrade? Of course it is. Every time there's an upgrade, admin has to put on a stop to certain systems so they can, so the flow from the old to the new is a smooth process. You don't want a block from the old system to the new system. You do not want that. Because when that happens, that means they may have to stop the other two systems, which would be TBC, the blog and Kringle Cash. So that's the whole 3 systems down. So I can forgive admin for putting a halt on the TBC web wallet, because that's where all the transactions happen. Okay? Who is it upsetting? Am I upset? No. I know you, some of you out there would be upset. So does that mean you just stop building the TBC community? Does that mean that you're going to give up because, oh, I can't get access to my wallet today? Why were you going to get access anyway? Unless you are selling, somebody is buying $100 worth of TBCs off you, that would be the only reason. But now here's the thing. TBC members are doing transactions right now, but even they are having a problem. So why would you do it? So, like I said, when there's something brand new, the first 6 months of when it goes live, it's all about testing, okay? Not for you, but for the ones who are actually testing the system in the background, and that would be admin. Are you smarter than admin? Do you know how to work systems? So, as far as I'm concerned, if admin wants to stop my web wallet to make the process from the old blockchain to the new blockchain flow, so when I eventually go and make a transfer and the transaction goes through smoothly, they can take as long as they like. Because I'd rather them take it slow and get it right the first time instead of another 6 months down the track and they've got to stop and shut down the web wallets again and try and find where the errors are happening and fix. Nothing worse than that, than for admin to have to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, admin, take as long as you like. Get it right the first time. Now, I'm just going to share my screen because I want to show you something. I'm not going to play the video, but I want you to see what this person is. Look, I don't care. We're not interested in his name. Just have a look at his facial expression, because one look says 1,000 words. Yeah. Okay. I hope you can see this. Okay. Now, I'm not going to it's not about him, okay? It's just about his facial expression. Now, this guy, when he first came into TBC, he was absolutely, he was a builder, okay? I would class him as a builder. Now, he did everything by the blog, and that's fine. We all do it. The blog is our Bible. The blog guides us. It guides us to what we can and cannot do. And he was all about that. But somewhere down the road, he lost his way. And what made him lose his way? Well, he must have checked his wallet one day. Now, in all the time he had he had been in TBC, he had actually bought $500 worth of TBC during the whole period. Okay. And here's the thing. He got disheartened by the amount that he saw in his TBC web wallet. I'm not quite, I've forgotten how old this is, but $500, that would have bought a lot of TBCs. It depends at what time frame he bought it at. If he bought it way back when TBCs was a once, what is it? 1 cent, you could have been billionaires. Long story short, he got us disheartened because there was only 55 mil in his TBC web wallet. Something went wrong for him. So I'm not quite sure what it was. It doesn't say it on the video, but that's totally something else. So now I'm going to go back, excuse me, and I want to talk about what the blog says. Now, isn't it interesting how different members of the TBC community with their TBC web wallet balance? Now, let's just have a look at that. Isn't it interesting how different members of the TBC community view their TBC wallet balance? Yeah. That word there is the clincher. We all have different ways of, when we have a look at our TBC wallet. Me, personally, I will go in there, see a lot of numbers, and then that's it. Because in my mind, it's just numbers, okay? I'm all about the building. But in his eyes, and many other people's eyes, many other newbies' eyes, I have to think that they seem to think they're going to get rich quick overnight. That's the only conclusion I could come to. So we'll carry on. Not everyone shares the same point of view as Brian Day in the video above. I didn't. After I watched the video, it's a bit too long and I'll run out of time if I play it. To me, I thought, now what did I write down? I wrote down, here we go. Our vision is to deliver the mission of TBC. Excuse me. Right. Our vision is to deliver the mission of TBC. Now, I'm not, look, this guy is probably one of a really beautiful guy, but in my eyes, he is just a TBC member. He represents thousands of TBC members, okay? So don't get me wrong. I'm not having a go at Brian. No. I am just making people aware out there that you're not going to get rich overnight. So no use running to admin and saying, I want to get him to my TBC web wallet. That's the long story short. And admin is right. They are very right. Not everyone shares the same point of view as Brian in the video above. Brian has his view and he's entitled to his opinion. But I'm not in the same, my opinion of TBC is totally different to what Brian's view is. My opinion is probably totally different to Randy's. Like Fish Lady, Dan Lutz, Doc Dan. Even Miriam Murphy, Crystallize. We all got different opinions on how to spread the word. We all got guidelines. But we don't put a timeline on spreading the word of TBC. No, we don't. Unfortunately, I'm guessing Brian put a guideline on TBC for himself. Okay? Many out there would. It's just in their nature to do that. It's nothing personal, but people might just come into TBC, think it's going to take off in the world. It's going to happen overnight. It doesn't happen that way. It's pure hard work. What we have been given is the opportunity to grow a community, and TBC is our economy. One thing, one thing with TBC that has, it's made me go to places in my life that I would never go in search of not the truth. It's not that. But when you're growing a community, this is what it does. Anyway, I've gotten off track like I usually do, and I know I'm not going to get through this, but let's give it a go, okay? So the scarcity set is a widespread mental and spiritual illness that most people on earth have been infected with all our lives. Okay. Yep, that applies to me. Why? Because I've lived by the system all my life. Meaning, work, banks, governments, taxes dictate all my life. Okay? That's the mental attitude I had about working for the dollar, trying to save the dollar, only to have the taxman deduct from my dollar. And then what was the last one? Work, banks, governments, taxes. Oh, and let's not forget the banks taking their bit. So one whole dollar, the government will take their part, which is roughly about 25 cents, maybe even 30. The taxman is the next. They will take 20 cents out of a dollar. So between the government and the taxman, that's half the dollar gone. Who else do we have left? We have the bank fees. Well, the bank fees, well, hey, let's jump up and down about that one, because all the top blimey banks around the world, well, especially in Australia, are getting hammered for ripping off their members. They had been doing it for years, for decades, as far as I'm concerned. The banks, the insurance companies, and any other government department. So you've got the government, the taxman, and the banks. So by the time they've taken their bit out of the $1 that you've worked for all day long, or you'd be lucky to walk away with 20 cents out of the dollar. So the symptoms of this disease shows up in many forms, such as greed, fear, anxiety, expression, slothfulness, frustration, and anger. Yeah, come payday, that's how I used to feel. All three, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your expression goes from delight when you see what's in your bank account to, oh, is that it? And then you're angry. Now, remember, this comes back to scarcity mindset is a widespread mental and spiritual illness okay? And that's what they mean, those 7 things there. So why isn't a massive wallet balance shown in TBC today, a cure for this illness? Well, some would believe, and here it comes, some would believe that a massive wallet balance shown in TBC would be the perfect cure in the future once TBC becomes widely accepted as a form of payment for all goods and services. Some would believe. So I'm guessing that once he had all this coins in his wallet, he just sat back and like, oh, hello, these merchants are going to jump out of ink and suddenly come out of the woodwork by magic. It doesn't happen like that. It starts with a conversation. And if you don't do the conversation, then the magic doesn't grow. Well, some would believe that a massive, I think I just said that. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Right. Nothing external could be considered a cure for the illness of scarcity mindset. Nothing. No? Because once you've got your mindset on how you believe it should look like, no matter what anybody says, no matter what I say, our TBC, the voice of TBC says, anybody else says, we are not going to be able to change your mind at all about what you see in your web wallet. Because as far as you're concerned, you're right and we are all wrong. Yeah. The only cure could be found with an individual, not something outside. What did I just say? The wallet balance is a thing outside of the individual. All belief systems either empower or inhibit the individual. Like I said, he's looking at the balance in his TBC web wallet. Why isn't it growing? In his mind, it should have been 1 billion times bigger, I'm sure. So no matter what anybody else says to him, he's not going to believe. Not only them, but eventually he's not going to believe in the TBC, the billion coin itself. Okay. The belief itself of scarcity creates the illness and its symptoms. The cure, likewise, is also a belief in the abundance is a truth. Too true. Some of our TBC members have a dichotomy. A dichotomy is the human ability to hold on to 2 or more opposing beliefs. Like I said, as far as he's concerned, he is correct and everybody else is wrong. I just couldn't say that word. And you know what? When somebody is I just saw the time. Anyway, when somebody who's got a belief that powerful in himself about the wallet, he will go and spread his belief to other TBCians out there who's not influenced by his version. No, but he will make it his business that he will spread his disharmony about TBC to far and wide as he can. I'm going to wrap this up. And I know if I wasn't so passionate, I might be able to finish a whole one of these segments all within my time frame. But he's only one person, okay? There's a trick with him, and people like him. You can turn them around and get them to come back to TBC. It's not a quick fix overnight, nothing is. But constant mentoring will do it. So I'm going to end it there. And I think tomorrow I'm going to pick an easy subject where it's going to last 25 minutes and not go over 30 minutes. So again, and you know, you see this? This is the apple tree. But if he had been spreading the word of abundance really well, that tree would be full of apples. So at the moment, the tree is looking like him. Remember, we do have members out there, okay? Just like Brian. And you know what? Brian could have come back to TBC by now. I don't know. But there is, you know, people do that. Sorry, just mentoring, just talking to them, constant talking to them. That's what happens. And then you actually turn their opinions about TBC from the bad to the good. So I just want to say hello. Hello to Joe Stevens out there, to Sky, to Bitcoin Scott. You know, apologies if I miss anybody. I know I miss everybody when I say these things because I can never see who's in the chat room. The last time I did that, I lasted 59 seconds and talked the rest of the 30 minutes to myself. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to say goodbye from here, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Another topic. Don't know what it is. I'll find something. But same place, same time tomorrow. Bye.